Well, I don't know if I'm going to do that anymore. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into YAA Workshop. So you may recognize me as your Arsenal Advisor. I'm seeing if I can get that channel back up. But take a look at my previous thoughts on the SCAR 17 stock. It took me a while to kind of get used to just snapping it open. I always felt like I was going to break something back here. And a lot of you probably know now that FN they're no longer producing for sale, at least, the SCAR 17 and 16, at least the 16S and the 17S. I think they're still going to have the pistol, some of the pistol versions, but it was interesting. On my last channel, I had just started to look to see if I could find another kind of aftermarket replacement for this. The button here, let me see if it's the button. Yeah, it's this button that kind of like has to get out of the way when you close this. One of the other viewers was saying, hey, maybe you can get one of these and then try to change this angle a little bit. And I went looking for the parts and I found an FN supplier. I'm sorry, I can't mention places where you can purchase things. You get like a whole buttstock assembly for oh, can't really talk about that. Shoot, that's why I'm getting terminated, because I think I'm mentioning things that are either seem to be related to selling, or talking about accessories. I don't know. Anyway, so I was looking at a part, and the single part was not available, and then there was the assembly, and then later on there was the announcement that they weren't going to make any more, or you weren't going to be able to buy new SCARs. That might fall under the SCAR 20S. So it's been a while since I looked all that up or heard the news. So that'd be funny. Make a video say how I'm now not gonna aggressively open my stock anymore, because if I break something, I may not be able to get it. But I'm hoping that the aftermarket opportunities for some of these small parts and maybe the big parts become more available, depending upon what FN's doing. Looked like there was some other announcement that they were working on another kind of rifle for some kind of military and police, I'm sure. And saw a picture, looked like another AR. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Check out my previous thoughts on getting more used to using the stock, from my previous channel. All right, thanks for tuning in. Here's like an example. Let's see, it's kind of one-handed because I got the camera. All right, thanks everyone for tuning into your going to be a new video about the SCAR 17S that I've had for a while. I kind of had said something about this being, are you afraid? Like I've always been afraid of I guess I see from the other video, it's a little hard to push that button in. I got this. I kind of thought the stock should be something where you can just push it open, and I've always been afraid to just like swing it open. So I was just kind of looking at it and decided that maybe I'll try some lubrication. Maybe it's just has trouble receding into this little spot here, or maybe there's some friction, plastic on plastic friction. So, but now I'm getting used to like opening and closing it after lubricating it. I kind of I don't know. I'm just wondering how much the lubrication is helping, if I'm just getting more comfortable with like slamming it open. But without, see, when you slam it open, everything has, I mean, without pushing together, I think everything has a little bit of, like, wiggle room, you know, so nothing gets bound, and maybe that cuts down on any of these things from breaking or bashing into each other. And it's just kind of just been recently getting used to this the same day that I was doing this video. I'd hate to do this a lot and then years down the road or somewhere, and then I start seeing like little white areas where the plastic's starting to fatigue, but I'm hoping that's not going to happen. So like next footage is just me kind of showing about how I got that button out and putting some oil on there, and then looking for a polymer safe lubricant to put in there. And you'll see I found an oil as opposed to the grease that I had handy. Check this out.
So this section offers sort of
to make another video,
historical perspective and gives
folding stock
historical context for what end users
I never wanted to just
firearms would encounter when doing maintenance
stock in the open position, because it always seemed like I'd run into
this isn't really a how-to, it's just more of a view.
I always figure if I do it hard enough,
the standard parts that come on the firearm.
Two tabs
nothing
here,
extra
I gotta put grease on
here, nor
I thought, okay, if the grease isn't in this
where to buy any
that
of this.
area,
also offers kind of some history on
I would,
the difference between plastic safe lubricants versus lubricants that are not safe for plastics, such that would contain some kind of petroleum releases. I think that's what's harmful to plastics.
There's a double coil end of the spring. Hold on. Okay, I thought one end looked like it had more coils around it, so I think this spring is probably interchangeable. I mean, you could probably put it in either way inside the back of the button or catch, whatever you call this. So I'm going to try to apply some grease. I'm using this EWG Extreme Weapons grease.
Don't go buy these products. These are just some examples, some historical examples of some types of lubricants that were available in the earlier part of the millennium.
Octane petroleum, silicon PTFE, prefer slide rails, 2000 on millennium. Location grease application is preferred. All right, what I was looking for
EGW says it doesn't contain petroleums.
Something
that says like I said, the petroleums are possibly harmful to plastics.
Something
and then
that's
this other
safe
product
for
that comes up in the video
polymer
said it's safe for plastics. So it's just a little historical perspective
I'm
of
going to use
the kind of things that
2000
people go
lube.
through looking for products to use
on here
that wouldn't harm the various finishes and materials in the products they had back then.
Safe to use on all metal, wood, and plastic parts. Will not burn off like a petroleum product. Alright. Alright. So put that oil on the outside of that little button there, and didn't put anything on the spring. I didn't think that had a problem with any kind of like, I don't think it needed to be lubricated on the side of the button or on the inside. I started with some lubrication there on the left where the button, those two tabs hit. Experimented with that a little while, and then I thought, well, what after a while you're out in the field or somewhere with this, and all this oil kind of like rubs off, and it seemed to work both ways. But I'm not really sure if I've improved things with the oil, or I just got a little bit more comfortable with doing it. So here's like an example. Let's see. It's kind of one-handed because I got the camera. I thought I kind of wanted to get it to where I could just push it, but if you just kind of just flick it out a little bit, I don't think it jams things up, and because when you
push this up, I guess there's a lot of pressure holding on to that button, whereas if you just kind of swing it out, everything that can move a little bit so it doesn't, I guess, create a big collision seems to work. So I'm not sure if the lubrication helped, whether it's just I got interested in this and started trying it out a little bit, thinking that the oil would help. Guess I could clean it off and try it, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. It's I guess a plastic safe oil, so I don't think it needs to be taken off. So maybe I'll look at that again in the future. Oops.
All right, thanks for watching. Hope you find that footage helpful. I mean, it's possible I'm the only one out there who was worried about messing up his one polymer folding stock that came with his one Scar 17S. Last time I tried to buy something from FN, well, it was a long time ago after I got this. We're trying to get more of these magazines, and it's taking a long time. So I'm just always afraid that, if I needed some replacement or something, it's going to take forever to get or what have you. So I haven't really been messing around with it until today. I'm trying to figure out like what to do about, with the, make the, the stock easier to lock open. And I don't know if it's any easier. I said at the beginning, might just be getting more comfortable with, forcibly like letting it open, which, it's not like something I need to do every day since I'm not jumping out of anything with this. From a vehicle, or cooped up in a vehicle where you're trying to fit everything in or whatever, one of those kind of situations. But when I got this Scar, 17 long time ago, I thought it was kind of new. It was interesting. It had I'll try to do it one last annoying time. It came with the iron sights, folding stock, stock was retractable, had a little comb adjustment. You saw some other videos.
Can't mention the accessory.
It didn't come with that. It's just, it's kind of what I got into later on. It's interesting how see their folding sights, gas piston. And I think maybe in my review, I might have thought a little curious about some of the durability of the plastic, because the more brown part here always seemed a little brittle, kind of hard. I probably complained about that earlier. I'll stop complaining about it now. Things like that. And there was this aluminum section. Nothing's getting in it now, but when you take the top off, this is a thin piece of aluminum. So you just have to protect it from getting damaged. It seemed like that would be some brittle aluminum that might bust, because this is like an aluminum extrusion. They just cut it into lengths, fashion it into the upper receiver barrel group. So anyway. All right, so thanks for watching. See you in the next one.